So Lee, start out with just adjusting to West Virginia defense different. How do you comfortable yet?
Yeah, I'm starting to get more comfortable, each and every day. I'm trying to grow, not make the same mistakes twice. It's really what I'm trying to focus on right now, and just focusing on my fundamentals, trying to be in the right gap when I'm supposed to and taking the right steps, so I can be in place. But adjusting to West Virginia, it was a smooth transition, coming from Mississippi, so it was kind of hot down there then. Coming up here is pretty cold, but I was in Syracuse for 2 years, so cold wasn't too crazy for me. So when I came here, the guys were real welcoming. Like the team was real welcome me in. I made a connection with a lot of the guys early on. We competed through winter workouts. Relationships grew. I feel like we're all getting pretty close now. So transition was smooth.
The enthusiasm, I keep hearing that from everybody. Where does that come from?
I say my enthusiasm just comes for my love of the game. The game of football has done a lot for me, so in life, and I'm just appreciative of getting to play the game I love. Because like it got taken away from me for a little bit, so just getting another chance to play. I just want to make the most of the opportunity. It's fun to me every time I get to hit the field, and I'm just grateful. So I just like to show that.
When you were a youngster or something, somebody gave you and said, "Hey, this is the way you got to play." Or you just play that way?
Actually, I feel like I just play that way because, ever since Pop wanted football, like I always, I feel like it's just the competitive in me. Like, I don't like to lose, so, it don't matter what it is. Like, we play rock, paper, scissors, I'm going to want to win. So that's just me competing. So.
Along those lines, Jordan Leslie said that he saw you talking trash to a tire.
Yeah, Coach Leslie wasn't talking to the tire.
You sure?
But I might have been talking to the guy who I was flipping. It was a tire race, so I'm pretty sure I was talking to the guy next to me trying to beat, or talking to myself, like, let's go, Just trying to motivate myself to flip the tire, but yeah.
That's a mistake someone can make if they watched you, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You probably thought I was talking to the tire if you watched me or something.
You said two things that kind of interest me, that the football's done a lot for you.
Yes, sir.
And that it was taken away from you for a little bit.
Yes, sir.
Can you explain those?
My sophomore year, I got suspended from the team at Syracuse, and therefore I ended up at East Mississippi Community College. So I didn't participate in spring ball last year, so football was taken away from me for a couple months. Went down to Mississippi, got to play again. Wasn't sure was I going to get another D1 opportunity, and I got one. So I'm just grateful. So I like to make the most of it.
You nearly came here before. You were signed up and ready to do all that stuff, and then another curveball.
Yeah.
Take you through that. That must have been kind of a topsy-turvy kind of time.
Yeah. As a kid, I always liked West Virginia. I used to watch Carl Joseph. He was one of my favorite players. So when I had came up here, it was my first P5 offer I had received. So, I was kind of overwhelmed, and, I wanted to come here. I kind of made the decision to commit early on without, really exploring my other options. And then I believe my senior year, going into my senior year, I believe there was a coaching staff change. So after the coaching staff change, that's when I decided to decommit from here.
Different coaching staffs, obviously. But
Yeah.
Are you surprised, shocked that you ended up, in a way, back at West Virginia?
Yeah, I was. It was definitely surprising, because you never know what life has in store. So I definitely wasn't expecting it. But when Coach Leslie called me and the opportunity he told me I would have when I came here, I just couldn't turn it down. So.
How much did that familiarity help? Which is, you already kind of knew this place, you'd been
Yeah.
there before.
Yeah, it helped a lot. The facilities had changed, so I had to come down and see it. Like, they did a lot of new things since I had been here last time. And, of course, the coaching staff was new, so I wanted to come and meet the new coaches and things like that and get a good feel for them. But it's not too far from home. It's only 5 hours away from home, so I seen it as a good spot for me to be.
What do you like about this defense?
It's intense, I like how the D-line plays, them guys up there, they make it easy for me, because this ball is up there. We just fly around, and I like the energy the guys have been playing with these last couple practices, so once we get everything together, it's going to be
It seems like
pretty good.
you're personality, downhill style kind of fits what you want to do. This
Yeah.
works kind of to your personality a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm always ready to shoot a gap and get a TFL. I mean, so but I kind of like got to back out of that a little bit now. And start taking more key steps and things like that to be in position because you're not gonna always get a TFL.
Shoot the right gap.
Yeah, definitely got to shoot the right gap.
Yeah.
So.
Speaking of changes, you're here and Josh is at Mike, and then he's not. And then your role kind of changes pretty quickly. I don't know if you knew that was coming or not, but like that's another thing you kind of had to adapt with because all of a sudden you're very important at that spot too.
Yeah.
That I don't know. Could you prepare for something like that? Did it help you out, or did it not even bother you?
I mean, I was already prepared to come in and compete, so I mean, I was gonna fight for the one spot regardless who was here. It wasn't nothing gonna change about my demeanor or how I approach practice. But with him leaving, it made me, I feel like I had to step up, a lot faster. Well, I mean, even though we are in spring practice, like, the Mike usually seen as leader of the defense, got to give a lot of calls. So, I would say I hopped in my playbook more. I was already in there, but I say I hopped in my playbook more, to learn things faster. So, yeah.
So Lee, 3 schools in the last 12 months, has that been difficult? I mean, just bouncing around and not getting settled until now?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a little difficult, just changing locations, because, I make connections with guys. Then, you have to leave. You meet new people and things like that. But then again, like, it's also a good thing because I made a lot of relationships with people that I had met from the school. So, I mean, I'm getting to see a lot of things, and getting to go places I ain't been before. So, it's not too bad.
They're talking about changes in your life as an athlete. As a college student athlete, a lot has changed since you went to college. Just the idea of NIL and transfer, go here, go there, etc. How has it changed? Is it better to be a student athlete now? Is it the same?
I feel like it's definitely better because whenever we work hard as athletes, so whenever we had the opportunity to make something, a profit from our names, so whenever we had the opportunity to make a profit from our name, it's always something we look forward to as athletes, but then again, it could also be a downside to it, because people might lose focus or things like that, because of NIL, or let NIL distract them from their what they're trying to do.
Do other students treat you guys the same, or
Huh?
do other students treat you guys the same, or do you ever see other students anymore?
I'm new here, so I don't know too many people. I see regular students when I go to class and things like that, but I feel like they treat us the same. I haven't been discriminated against, so really.
What do you do best, and what do you think you need to work on?
Thing I do best is, I say, like, the best part of my game is probably my physicality. Like, I see myself as a physical person. Like, I'm always trying to, look for a big hit or things like that. And the thing I would say I need to work on probably the most right now is, footwork. My footwork and my flexibility are things I'm trying to improve right now. So, yes, sir.
Your highlights at Syracuse included a lot of blitzes. Did you do that a lot there? Do you still do that within this defense, or not as much?
Yeah, we still blitz. Like, the blitz, our blitz package, like when when we kind of go to like a 3-3-5 look, it's kind of like what we ran at Cuse. Well, that's all we ran at Cuse was a 3-3-5. So it's only 3 down linemen. It's a lot of stunts, and they go with that. So yeah, when we kind of get into like the 3-3 stack look and run our blitzes out of that, it's similar. So yeah.
Pass coverage for you, has that been something you've had to pick up?
Yeah, pass coverage. It's something I had to pick up. It's a little different from the 3-3 from when I was playing in the 3-3-5, man. But it's pretty simple though, like, because all the coverages, kind of go along with each other, like within certain lines and things like that. So.
You mentioned Carl Joseph. Is that the reason you're wearing 8, or is there a different meaning with 8? Or just a coincidence?
I like Carl Joseph, so when 8 was available, and I used to watch him as a kid, I'm like, oh, that'd be pretty cool. You know, I used to watch this guy play here. Like, I used to watch his highlights for a game. So when I had the opportunity to get 8, I'm like, hey, why not? You know.
You didn't have spring, right? Football. You got summer.
Yeah.
East Mississippi.
Yes, I had some.
That's like famously brutal down there, right? Like really
Yeah.
hard, really hot. What was that training camp like?
Yeah, it's pretty hot in Mississippi. You know, we all we did was run every day in Mississippi. So in summertime, every day run. So I mean, it was pretty cool. You know, we had a pretty good team down there. So guys competed. You know, people were trying to get out of there. You know, get back D1 where they were trying to go. So it was cool.
You went from super hot to super cold,
Yeah.
which is better for you. Because Syracuse is a different kind of cold.
Yeah, I would say. I mean, I would say it doesn't matter to me, honestly. It doesn't really faze me.
Hot or cold?
But I like being hot though, honestly. Yeah, because you know you could always put on some shorts. Who doesn't want to put on shorts and flip flops sometime? You know.
You
It's
want to
going.
make a career out of it, you got to plan hot or cold weather anyway, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So
So I just
get
adjust.
used to it all.
Sir.
I'm curious. Obviously, one is much older than the other, but how would you compare Buddy Stevens and Neil Brown as football coaches?
I mean, I really don't know how I would compare them. I mean, they're both their own people. So, Coach Stevens, he's more of a, you know, I would say Coach Stevens yells a lot more than Coach Brown. You know, Coach Stevens, he's always up here, you know, no matter when, like you see him. So, and I feel like Coach Brown, he's a more laid back than Coach Stevens is. But you know, they're both their own people, so they both have their own styles of coaching. So.
Coach Stevens' mentality, is that what you want when you go down to that level?
I mean, I feel like Coach Steven has to be that way because JUCO ball, like, you know, it's pretty tough. So, you know, you got some guys that come in there, you know, they might not want to buy into what you're doing, or, you know, just a couple guys that don't want to, you know, just buy into the team culture. So I feel like Coach Steven has to be that way. But then again, you know, you have I have nothing but respect for Coach Stevens though, because, you know.
Our basketball coach, Bob Huggins, says JUCO guys ride in vans and eat cheese sandwiches. Did you do some of that in junior college?
He said they do what?
Ride in vans and eat cheese sandwiches.
Oh yeah, we definitely ride in bands, and I'm pretty sure I had a couple cheese sandwiches too. So yeah, he's probably right about that.
His message obviously is that you guys, you know, guys that come from JUCO have a chip on their shoulder, you know, don't take things for granted. Is that you buy that mentality from junior college players?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, because being in JUCO, like, you know, we don't have a lot of the perks that, you know, Division I athletes get. And, you know, being a D1 athlete, then going JUCO, it was a very humbling experience for me, you know, because, you know, you're not getting stipends anymore and things like that. You kind of like supporting yourself, like, you know, and things like that.
Did you have a new appreciation for the game? Because, you know, you went from Syracuse to junior college, from having things to not having things and now having things again.
Yes, I mean, I feel like I appreciate the game a lot regardless, but it did make me appreciate the game more when I had to go JUCO because, you know, it's just a grind in JUCO. You know, you're not getting any perks or anything like that. Like, JUCO just shows how bad you really want it, you know, if you ask me.
How about maybe appreciation for yourself, for what you have to do to be a good player, do what you want to do in life?
Yeah, definitely. It definitely opened my eyes on a lot of things and made me realize, like, you know, that it just made me realize that, you know, I just have to buy into what coaches tell me and just come show up every day, be consistent at what I do and things like that.
Last question, Bob. I think you had one. Did you have?
He was asking.
You're good?
Yeah.
Thank you, Lee. Appreciate it.